Hello, George Hepworth, Grover Park Consulting, building the Lander Trail Foundation online searchable database. In the previous video, part 3, I explained the concept of many-to-many relationships between books and authors and books and categories. One author can write many books. Each book can have one or more authors, and the same is true for categories. I showed you the controls we use in the PowerApps environment to manage that as a display of the related data. A main gallery for the book and a sub-gallery for the authors and a sub-gallery for the categories. In this video, in this part, you will learn how I created the view in SQL Server, which provides records for the author's sub-gallery here. In this case, I picked an example of a book with two authors, Leonard J. Arrington and Rebecca Bartholomew. They both contributed to this book. We use a view in the SQL Server for two reasons. First, by crafting the view in a way that presents the data we want to see, and only that data, we're able to simplify the logic required to display it here. And at the same time, we leverage the greater power, the greater processing power of SQL Server to manage that integration of the data into a single view. Let's look at the view and then come back and look how it's used here. On the screen, you can see the view which provides records for that sub-gallery. It's called Books with Authors, and I put the G to show that it's used globally throughout that application. We select the publication ID from the publication table. We select the creator ID from the creator table. Finally, to bring our creators and our publications together, we use the junction table, which we explained in part 3, to join both the publications and the creators to each other. This allows us to bring in a publication ID, a creator ID, one or more publications, and one or more creators associated with each publication. This view simplifies the presentation layer to 4 fields, does the complicated work of joining them all together in the database engine rather than in the interface, and allows us to simplify the way the interface works. Let's go back and look at that. We're back looking at the PowerApps interface. We have selected the sub-gallery for authors. Let's get back to the screen where that's handled. Notice our collection called Publications with Authors provides 4 fields, as we just saw. There's a publication ID, an author ID, a publication with volume information, and an author with all 3 names combined into a single name. That allows us to bring in the related records from the publication based on a simple criteria. If the publication ID here matches the current record or this item publication ID, we're going to show that record or those records which match. We're sorting by author. The author is going to sort alphabetically by first name because our concatenation in the database engine was first name, middle name, last name. In the Access world, again, this would be a master and child linking field on a sub-form in a main form. Here it's a sub-gallery in a main gallery with the same concept. As I mentioned previously, it would be possible to do that same sort of concatenation and lookup linking logic right here in this filter. I've done that in previous apps, as a matter of fact. However, in most cases, it's preferable to push logic into the database engine if possible. The one we're using here, which is primarily simple concatenation, doesn't require really heavy-duty logic, but it's the principle that I wanted to illustrate. You push logic calculations into the database engine wherever possible. Use the interface only to handle the display of information. One other important point to make here is that because of the way that view is constructed, it is not updatable. We could not use that view to add new authors, remove authors, or change authors in our relationship here. We have to do that in a different section, and I will show you that here in a later video. Once again, if you like what you saw, please hit the like button. If you found it useful or interesting and you want to see more, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I drop a video. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.